What's going on, YouTube? Today we got Allen Iverson, The Answer, documentary though. It's gonna be a long reaction. I think we're gonna do a little 30-minute part 1 and part 2. Stay tuned. The last reaction will be at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. Without further introduction, let's get into it. All links in the description, man. Y'all know we new to this, but we soon be true to this. Let's get it.
All that matters is you go out and play every game like it's your last.
I think it's the greatest story in sports.
Let's go, baby. Knock out Mike Tyson style.
This guy is just a true, amazing athlete.
We here, we locked in.
Son of a gun, a very tough
What's
son of a
that?
gun.
You just saw it in his eyes that, you know, he had a never say die attitude.
Iverson to the floor, to the hoop. Yes! Oh, yes! He is the man!
Allen had to grow up in a hurry. He was the man of the house at age 12.
You don't know this man. When he speaks of his heart and his soul. You may not like what you hear, but he's telling you the truth.
Pulls up in the paint. Too strong.
You can see the growth, you can see the development, you can see not a different person, but a guy who has moved from one level of his life to another.
A lot of people felt like I couldn't reach this point. People talked about my size, my game, that I was selfish and I couldn't make it here with the guys that I'm playing with. So, you know, it makes the story that much better at the end.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Game 1 of the NBA Finals. This one could be for the ages. The Los Angeles Lakers could become the first team in history to run the table in the playoffs. They have already dismantled Portland, Sacramento, and San Antonio, and now they come in a prohibitive favorite against Philadelphia.
It's all over tonight. Philly cheesesteak. Philly cheesesteak, baby. Iverson, he might get a couple points, but that's it.
It's Allen Iverson and Shaq. Truly a David and Goliath story.
Let's get dirty. Let's get dirty.
As the 2001 NBA Finals opened, the idea that the Philadelphia 76ers, led by 6-foot, 160-pound Allen Iverson, could defeat the defending champion LA Lakers and their 7'1", 330-pound superstar Shaquille O'Neal seemed absurd.
Who can stop the Giants?
The Lakers had gone undefeated during the playoffs, and in Game 1, they took an early 13-point lead on Philly and looked ready to knock them out.
Just calm down, guys. All the shit's in them. All it's on them. They're supposed to win. We ain't even supposed to be here.
Iverson and his Sixers may have been down, but they weren't out. In fact, they had the Lakers right where they wanted them.
What an incredible shot by Iverson.
The Philly comeback, like Iverson, would be relentless.
We got to pressure their ass up the floor. Allen, on this shot, get your hands on the ball. These two guys will run their ass off. Right?
Throughout the playoffs, Iverson had willed his team to victory, and he wasn't ready to stop now.
Cross-court skip is picked off by Iverson.
Steal, boy. We way faster than Shaq. Don't need those, Shaq. Don't foul me now. Yeah.
Steal by Iverson. Back on Bryant. Easy layup.
Woo, I thought he was going to bang out another sin.
Amazing.
But casting a shadow over the hopes of the Sixers was O'Neal.
Slam over the top of a tumble.
And Shaq powered the game into overtime.
Take a deep breath and understand we got 5 minutes to get one up on these. All right? 5 minutes.
But once overtime started, the Lakers seemed to have order restored. They had the momentum, the crowd, O'Neal, and the lead. But Philly had the answer.
One thing about Iverson, there is no quit in him. You just know he's got a couple of bullets left in his holster. You just know he's coming
real. Talk, announcer, talk. Talk, announcer. He's talking right now.
By Allen Iverson. 1 minute to go in overtime. What a comeback here. The Lakers had the Sixers on the ropes. They come fighting out of the corner.
Wow.
Stays right with
Come here.
Wants to go. Wants the baseline.
He fires 2 ball. Got it again. Too good.
Bro, this was in the NBA Finals, bro. With 1 minute to go. Nah, AI is cold-blooded. Oh my God. Yo, boy.
And drilled it.
7 straight points by Iverson. Looked like he was dead in the water.
Sixers shocked the world with a Game 1 victory here over the world champion Los Angeles Lakers.
The irrepressible Allen Iverson. You cannot kill that guy.
They can put the brooms away. That's right. We ain't do nothing yet. We got a long way to go.
Talk, King. Talk. Yeah, we like this. I ain't gonna lie. They can put the brooms up. We got a long way to go, though. But yeah, they can put the brooms up for a fact.
I mean, you can go in the locker room and look at the mirror and feel good about yourself, and that's important. But when you don't leave it all out there, then you know, kind of feel like, you know, you as a person, kind of suspect.
Allen Iverson was raised in Hampton, Virginia. In 1975, the newborn Allen and his 15-year-old mother, Ann, moved into his grandmother's house, located ironically on Jordan Drive. And from the moment she saw him, Ann knew her son's destiny.
In the hospital room, they bring this long, 22-inch long child whose arms passed his kneecaps. And so I said, oh my goodness, I got me a ball player.
But it would be football that captivated Allen at first.
It appeared to me he had this insatiable desire to just win.
Mama Love was like, I got me a ball player.
He wanted to win every game. He wanted to catch every pass. You know, he wanted to make sure that his team won.
I came home one day, and my mom said, you know, today you're going to basketball practice. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to basketball practice. I don't play basketball. I play football and baseball. And you know, I told her I thought basketball was soft. And she said, well, your coach is on his way. He's coming to pick you up, and you're going. I cried all the way out the door.
You can see early on that he had a lot of heart.
Damn.
A big bundle of heart. It's always been like that. This guy's 10 years old, but his skill level was so high that he was probably playing on the level of a 16, 17-year-old kid at 10. He was doing things that 10-year-old kids don't do.
I'll never forget this. He said, I can take MJ. I said, well, we thought he meant one of the players that we get ready to play. He said, I can take MJ, and you know, the coaches and everybody else just didn't take. He said, I can take Michael Jordan. I mean, he said it in a believable way that made you believe he could take Michael Jordan.
Sports would become Allen's refuge from the hardships he faced at home.
Allen had to grow up in a hurry. From growing up on the streets, from moving from apartment to housing project to housing project, to watching his mom struggle to make ends meet, to having to take care of his younger sisters when his mom wasn't around. He was the man of the house at age 12.
But the one constant Allen could always rely on was his mother.
You know, I remember one time we went on an AAU tournament when I was 13. And we didn't have no lights on in the house because she spent the money for the light bill on my sneakers. Always looked up to my mom, like she was the one that told me I could be anything that I wanted to be. You know, I believed it.
At Bethel High School, Allen blossomed into a two-sport star, a sensation from the hardwood to the gridiron.
Trailing 7-0 at the 15-yard line. Iverson
Moves to the inside. He's got the kind of quickness. He may go
I saw him getting skinny on him, getting upfield on him. That's tough. That's tough. I used to play a little football back in my day too, y'all.
About his DNA.
Just a tad
There's a
bit.
gene in there. It says, don't lose.
Speed on the right side for Pringle. Pringle with good hustle by Iverson. Boy, he's fast. Iverson will take it in and lay it in.
He always kept you on the edge of your seat because you're just waiting for something new to happen.
Allen Iverson.
Allen's junior year would prove to be a revelation.
And he playing QB.
Iverson wants to pass, has some time, steps up and then throws, and Terrell has got it.
Oh, the pass.
When it got to crunch time, Allen was the guy that said, all right, guys, I know you're looking at me to do it, and I'm going to do it. And he rose to that occasion.
High snap.
Allen led Bethel to the Virginia State Championship.
Drives Iverson back. Iverson will take it on the one hop, trying to get a block on the sideline. He does. He's down the sideline looking for one block.
Get skinny on him.
What do you got to say as a junior to come and win a state championship? It's got to feel pretty good.
I'm going to go get one in basketball now, that's all.
Okay.
A few months later, Allen did just that.
Nah, he was wilding in high school. Yeah, he definitely was wilding.
Look, I'm tired, man. But we played hard. We wanted this, man. First one. Feel good. 2 states in a row.
Iverson. What can you say? Just watch the film.
Allen was named Virginia's football and basketball player of the year, but his life was about to change forever. A fight in a local bowling alley landed Allen in a far different court.
I think that night I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. But I want people to know that that was the case. Not that I'm no type of bad guy.
Shockingly, Allen was convicted and sent to prison.
He wasn't even allowed to play basketball. He never played his senior year in high school. He never played football. They took something away from him that he enjoyed, that he liked.
Instead of being down on myself, I had to somehow get out of there and try to start all over. All I wanted and asked for from God was a second chance.
Second chance, I already know, kid.
Allen, his family, and his friends had maintained that he was innocent. And Virginia's governor agreed and overturned his conviction. After 4 months, Iverson returned home. But because of the negative publicity, colleges were reluctant to recruit him. Ultimately, a desperate Ann Iverson sought out the legendary tough love coach of Georgetown University.
Ann Iverson was the reason. She's the one who pricked my curiosity. There's no way if Ann Iverson hadn't, she cried, she did indicate the fact that, she was pleading for her son's life. When I sit down and talk with him, the very first thing that I realize is that he was smart. He seems to have dealt with what has happened behind him, and that was important for me. So I was impressed, and when I got finished, I said, hey, let's go for this.
Iverson would reward Thompson's faith by playing his heart out for him. But it seemed that while Allen could avoid defenders, he couldn't escape his reputation.
I heard some maliciously mean things said about him. I've never heard him complain about it. He's got too much pride and intelligence for that, and I respect that in him.
But people always still stereotype me, always felt like I was some type of bad guy because of, what happened to me. But I think Coach Thompson did a great job of keeping those people away from me.
After a sophomore season, in which he was named first-team All-American, Iverson tried to break from his past and take a giant leap into his future.
After carefully weighing my options from Coach Thompson and my family, I decided to enter the NBA draft. I definitely plan to further my education, but my family needs to be addressed right now. Most of all,
I'd like to thank my mom for sticking with me through thick and thin. She's always did that for me, no matter what. And my immediate family requires me to leave Georgetown, but I will always be a part of the Georgetown family. Thank you.
The second pick goes to the Toronto Raptors. And that means that the first pick in the 1996 NBA draft goes to the Philadelphia 76ers.
When I won that lottery, I think I went ballistic because I knew Allen Iverson was our pick.
Yeah, Philly, yeah. This is it. It starts it off.
This was not just a lottery. This was the Allen Iverson lottery. Because in my eyes, in my estimation, Iverson was the man.
After having suffered his share of nightmares, Allen Iverson was about to live out the fantasy of every kid who ever picked up a basketball.
I had butterflies so bad. You know, I remember just sitting there. I knew they were going to call my name, but I didn't know. You know, once they did, I just felt good.
With the first pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Allen Iverson from Georgetown University.
Yo, first pick is different. You know what I'm saying? First pick, that's hard work. Bossa is 6 foot. You know what I'm saying, Shifty? Come on, bro.
Steve, mom and dad, family and friends back there.
Nah, that's different. First pick at 6 feet tall? What?
Being the first pick in the NBA draft, and it has happened for Allen Iverson.
Everything that I've been through.
That's unking up.
You know, the point that I really wanted to get to. It was like a tribute to all the people that helped me get there. It was just a great feeling. I felt like my life was starting to amount to something.
It was just a huge climax for all of the life struggles that he had been through.
You know, I've been through a lot of obstacles in my life, and you know, I'm just happy I overcame them. Now it's just time to get in the NBA, walk that straight path.
He was the #1 pick in the 1996 NBA draft. A 6-foot guard out of Georgetown. #3, put it together for Allen Iverson.
Yeah, scratch.
Iverson would hit the court running.
Iverson all the way, yes! Raw lightning. Iverson, this is going to be something with Stackhouse. He slammed for 2. You are helpless when
That boy's different. A little flow to work. Thank you.
The kid has come up big. Brings this crowd into a frenzy. What a shot.
I knew that once I got an opportunity that I was going to showcase my God-given ability. I just felt like the sky was the limit.
That's different.
With the odds that he had
Off
already
the free
overcome, he wasn't going to let the game stop him.
Iverson picked his pocket. At least once a game, this guy will do something that makes you just fall out of your seat.
Woo! The layup and he's fouled. Allen Iverson starting to heat up here. What a shot by Allen Iverson. Iverson determined to make it happen.
Goodness! I don't believe what
Come here. Good dime. Finish that. Thank you.
Michael Jordan's best moves. Now, speed it up a little. Put that 45 on a 33 RPM. Boom. I mean, that's Allen Iverson.
Iverson accelerates, putting the speed on.
He doesn't move like anything we know. It's quicker.
Allen's quickness would be best showcased by his most lethal move.
Come here.
Trying to guard this guy is like trying to hold water in the palm of your hand. Let's see what Anthony does.
Come here.
Iverson for 2. Iverson crosses over against Brown. Gets 2.
High off the glass. High off the glass, though.
Iverson
you know,
didn't play like a rookie.
small guard teams.
Didn't act like one either.
You know.
Time to get down.
There was a fearlessness in his approach to the game.
A lot of guys, when you see guys that you kind of looked up to,
they kind of shy away from the challenge, and I just took it on.
As a kid, Allen had bragged to his coach about taking MJ. And now, he'd finally get his chance.
When I grabbed the ball, I heard Phil Jackson yell, "Michael."
Michael. Iverson has Jordan. The crowd is into it.
I gave him a little cross to see what he bite on it. I let him set his feet, and then I stepped it back again.
Allen shakes free, gets two! Mike said no. Allen said yes. The bucket, the crowd loves it.
I wanted the opportunity to play against the top guys and to go after them.
Allen would finish 6th in the league in scoring. All year long, he'd make people take notice of him. And then, as the season drew to a close, he'd make history.
Yes, and there it is! Allen Iverson, 4 straight with 40 or more, breaking the Wilt Chamberlain standard that had stood for 37 years. Simply amazing.
What a week. What a week.
Iverson had taken
That
his rookie
boy's
season
different.
and made it into one big scrapbook.
It gives me great pleasure on behalf of the Philadelphia 76ers to present our rookie, Allen Iverson, with the Schick NBA Rookie of the Year Award. Yeah! Now the world knows what we in Philadelphia have known, that Allen Iverson is one of the most exciting, most dynamic, most fearless players in the NBA.
Despite his personal accomplishments during his rookie season, Allen was still having trouble with his image. Some thought he was a selfish player.
It was probably best summed up by Charles Barkley, who said, "It's me, myself, and Iverson." And that's the way he was perceived, and not necessarily wrongly so.
Even his most memorable moment as a rookie would ultimately put him in a bad light.
He challenged Michael Jordan to the effect, in the first game they played, he said, "I'm not afraid of Michael Jordan, I can play anybody." And in effect, it was interpreted as, how dare he challenge Michael Jordan? Who is Allen Iverson to say he could play him? And Michael was offended, and when Michael was offended, America was offended.
When the incident happened with Michael, that's when everything went downhill. People were saying, oh, he can talk trash to Jordan, who he think he is. Everybody just started to bash me, and it never ended.
My impressions of Allen before I came here was a guy that I really didn't want to, be on the same team with. I didn't know him personally. I just heard so many bad things about him.
And to make matters worse, Allen had not made the Sixers a better team. Philly had won only 22 games. And so in the summer of 1997, they went searching for some direction.
I feel great in introducing to you the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, Larry Brown. Yeah!
Larry Brown embodied basketball tradition. A clash with Allen seemed inevitable.
I don't think it's an overstatement to say that they're from two different worlds. The 60-year-old with a reputation as a fixer-upper coach and the young hip-hop star who wants to do it his way. And it was like when worlds collide.
Brown wanted Iverson to play within the team. Iverson wanted to be the team.
When I started coaching, I thought he was a great athlete, just doesn't know how to play. And I didn't know if he'd ever know how to play.
But despite their differences, Brown was intrigued.
He competed on the court, and I knew he wanted to win. He might not always try to do it the right way, but you could tell without question that he was an amazing competitor.
Better run, boy.
Defying convention, Brown would switch the undersized Iverson to shooting guard.
You could hear and see and smell the cynics and the critics. Allen Iverson can't play two-guard. Look at the size. He'll get murdered in the matchups. Larry Brown was saying, guess what? The other team is going to have a whole lot more trouble with us than we're going to have with them.
Brown was right.
I'm going to work. I'm going to work. Oh, I thought he was about to. Okay.
Brown would get rid of every Sixer he had.
We sitting. We sitting.
Allen, who he would build the team around, as he surrounded him with selfless role players.
Hey.
It was his basketball genius that really decided
to give Allen enough range so he saw what he could do and what he would do.
Rebound volleyball by Ori, but it's taken off over there by Davis. Wrap-around pass behind the back, underneath. Great play. What a play by Iverson.
That's Allen Iverson at his best.
I could see a change for the better. I could see Allen inch by inch making progress.
6 to shoot. Mark Jackson with the ball in the backcourt. Iverson knocked it away, and Smith's fine court.
Good D,
What
boy.
a hustling play by Iverson, and a tremendous effort. I mean, fantastic. And the Sixers
With Iverson as their lone leading man,
Good pass.
the Sixers began to reflect his personality.
and they're on their feet. This house is rocking.
And though Brown and Iverson didn't always see eye to eye, they began to make the Sixers better. In 1998, Philly won 31 games, and in 99, they became winners.
Stackhouse, and they stole the ball. McKee took it away. Sixers down 2. Iverson for the tie. Yes!
Ah!
During the 99 season, Iverson would be chosen as a first-team All-NBA player and lead the league in scoring. But more importantly, he would lead Philly back to the playoffs for the first time in 7 years. And despite being an underdog in the first round against Orlando, Iverson was undaunted.
You ready? Mark, you can't believe that.
Oh my God.
You ready?
That was crazy. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I think it was the most exciting time I've ever been in an arena was that Game 3 in Philadelphia. Allen came out on the court to the music and the passion of the fans that it was just so electrifying.
Orlando never had a chance.
Iverson splits the double. Yes! Oh, yes!
That was like right up his alley.
Nah, that's that. Wait, what music he came out to? I ain't gonna lie, they used to let us do that in high school. It come out to whatever song we want to. I think you know what I'm saying that obviously came from somewhere. It probably came from
No,
this.
the stage was set. Roll the balls out and let's play.
Iverson his 7th steal, tracked by Armstrong. Yes! Oh,
Wow.
done by Allen Iverson. That's an outstanding play. And there's Hardaway with a double. Snow and Allen chase him, and Iverson strips it away. Allen Bell's gonna go to the Sixers. What a defensive play by Allen Iverson. Iverson now with 8 steals. Make it 9. It's a playoff record. Cruises inside for 2. Allen Iverson, a playoff record, 9 steals.
A charged-up Iverson would lead the Sixers to an upset victory that had the feeling of a revival meeting.
I still remember this tingle to this day, that it
Love
was
the
so
energy.
much fun to watch him lead that team and to close them out.
And though his Sixers would lose to the
Yo, we
Pacers
love that. I ain't gonna lie.
Allen's
Yo.
career continued to take off.
You know what I'm saying? Show that emotion, man.
In the 2000 season, he'd make the All-Star team for the first time.
That was like just like a dream come true. I always watched every All-Star game since I can remember. You know, I always wanted to have the feeling that those guys had.
Hey!
It's something that I, cherish for the rest of my life. I always remember.
But in many ways, Allen's image still overshadowed his accomplishments. From his clothes to his tattoos, to his cornrows, it all seemed like a do not disturb sign for the public.
What I remember is Allen Iverson looking us in the eye and saying, I dress the way I dress. People are trying to get me to dress like Michael Jordan, like guys who are 30 and 35 years old. Maybe someday down the road, I will act like that, I will dress like that, I will talk like that, but not now.
I don't want to be Michael Jordan, I don't want to be Magic, I don't want to be Bird or Isaiah, I don't want to be any of those guys. When my career is over, I'm going to look in the mirror and say I did it my way.
But his way wasn't the coach's way. Allen was angry when Larry subbed for him. and Brown was frustrated that Iverson didn't follow all of the team's rules.
I saw two sensitive individuals, two headstrong individuals, two individuals with so much talent who knew what they could do, and that they were almost the best at what they did. And when you have that mindset, let me do it my way, Coach Brown. Let me do it my way, Allen Iverson.
We don't wait. We're not waiting.
I was not trying to wait. I was not waiting. I didn't know where the screen was at.
You know, when you got two bulls and you put them in a cage together, something's going to happen.
A breakup seemed inevitable.
There were a lot of issues, and I didn't know if it ever could work.
In the 2000 playoffs, the Sixers once again lost to Indiana. But this time, there were no moral victories. It seemed as if the relationship between Iverson and Brown had run its course. And though trade rumors began to swirl around him, Allen remained defiant.
I'm still doing what I want to do. I'm playing on the team I want to play for. I'm trying to contribute, you know. I'm not hurt by that. I mean, I'm not hurt by that at all.
Larry Brown and Allen Iverson had made the Sixers into a playoff team. But by the summer of 2000, it was evident that their partnership could no longer be as successful.
I've always had respect for him, you know. I didn't always like the things that he did, especially off the court and the way he approached our sport.
Larry Brown did not want Allen Iverson on the Philadelphia 76ers when he was returning in that preseason. He just didn't want him because Allen did not obey his rules, his team rules, the promptness, the back talk, the strength training, things that he made public, very public.
I'm tired of everybody talking about my relationship with Allen Iverson. I wonder what your relationship would be with any employee that you might have who doesn't choose to come to work on time or doesn't choose to come to work at all.
Yeah, I was late for practice, but believe me, the times that I heard the stuff, I mean, nobody will put up with that. I mean, and I'm not even brave enough to miss that many practices.
Philly shopped Iverson around the league and thought they had him traded to Detroit.
The only thing that prevented him from going to the Detroit Pistons was Matt Geiger's refusal to waive his 15% trade kicker in his contract. Had Matt Geiger elected to waive that trade kicker, Allen Iverson would be a Detroit Piston today. It's just that simple. It was that close.
For Allen, the prospect of leaving Philly finally hit home, and hit hard.
I always wanted to be a Sixer. My dad was a Sixer fan, and I always wanted to be the first pick. And I never wanted to leave Philadelphia. You know, I wanted to start my career as a Sixer and finish my career as a Sixer. And then for all that stuff to be going on, you know, it felt bad. It was a bad time for me. All summer long, I didn't know. I woke up scared every morning, not knowing that if I was at another team or not.
Allen went on about how he changed, how he's 25 years old now, and he was going to be a professional. He wanted to be married. He wanted to be a captain. Wanted to be a leader.
I want to be right here where I'm at, where people love me, and I love these people. In this situation, I kind of knew why it was happening, and I had a lot to do with it. And I think that was a part of me just growing up, you know, and the things that they told me that I had to take care of to make that thing work. I knew it was things that I could control and I could get a grip on.
And that's where we're going to end part one at, y'all. Allen Iverson, the answer. The documentary, man. Hold on. Part two coming very soon. Oh, just stay tuned, y'all. Click if you enjoyed this. Click on the last reaction on your screen right now, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. I'm out of here.